Who do you love? I didn't understand.
Ben and Nell. And there's, you know, all of us have special relationships amongst 11 of us. But there's only one person who's on the phone telling everybody everything about everybody else. Who cares about everybody. He does it a little bit because he's a gossip, but it's with a big heart. It's with a big heart, and we always know that Bennett will let everybody else know what's going on. And even though we love each other, it's Bennett who I think now is kind of the bond, the glue, the person who cares the most about everybody. And he makes everybody know that, and he cares about everybody. And if you want the word to be spread, then it'll do it, good or bad. But it comes from his heart, and that makes Ben and Ellen something special, and that's why everybody's here. So,
That's why we're not inviting you for our anniversary.
You know something that's very interesting? After 50 years, he is a lovely.
That's always the beginning.
That's a one didn't know anything.
It took me 50 years to find that.
Well, you gotta work.
So, would you like to cut your cake?
And
both
fries
have
on
to
the cake.
explain again the knife, so we know what's going on.
It was grandma's. This knife was my grandmother's, Anne Zarin, and it has a beautiful rose pattern, and actually reminds me of my Aunt Rose, which was her older sister. And she loved the finer things, my grandmother. She was definitely...
She was a fine...
Yes, exactly. Everything in her house, this is what made her famous. Literally, if you lifted up anything in her house, underneath it was a little label that had someone's name on it.
And you could bargain.
Yeah, and you could bargain. You could even switch the labels
She gave such a
surreptitiously.
gift to the family.
Yes.
When she passed away,
Yes.
we all went back to her apartment, and we knew that she had labeled things. And so we sat down, and every single object in the house, literally,
Yeah.
had one of those little circular pieces and the name of the person that she wanted to take that object. So we would sit down, and the first couple we were like, oh, Gail, this is for you, Harvey, this is whatever. And then after a while, we started to guess, who do you think she left this thing to? And so we would have this guessing game, and then people would guess who would get it, and then the right person whose name was, they were given that object. And then we had, if the person didn't want to accept that object, we'd have this big discussion about, well, who wants it? You know, and then we'd go back for it. It made for such a joyous, wonderful remembrance of Anna.
I'm going to label my thing.
It was really a beautiful gift
wonderful
because
idea.
what happened was it closed all discussion about who should get what. It brought us such closeness and such joyousness
How about
in
the
remembering her.
accounting?
It was really beautiful.
One of the things that happened that night is when my mother moved into the place where she was, this assisted living place, we built her a rose garden outside, and then they came down and said no one can have their individual garden, so she had the only one. So anyone who got a plant in 300 apartments brought it to her, because she was the only one that had a place to plant it. But after she died, there was some cold weather, and some of the pots out there froze. And in attempting to shake the pots out, one of the pots broke, and it was shattered into pieces. And I picked it up and I said, Bennett, this got your name.
No, I want you to know one thing, my dear brother-in-law. I dug that garden. I planted that garden.
I know you did.
I was there for days.
I know.
The
And
ground,
they said you couldn't have it, but it was
the
done.
ground was like a rock. And I did that garden for her. And there was something else. There was only one item that more than one person wanted badly. And that was the portrait that she had painted when she was in her late 20s, early 30s. And I have the portrait.
I want the portrait.
And I said I would keep the portrait until Ruth had a wall. And then she could have the portrait. And then Dorothy could have the portrait when she had a wall. Now, this is not a small thing. This is huge. So we need a wall. So it's something to look forward to.
But this, lines with the tea set, tea cup set.
That was the only thing that 3 people want, of all of her many things. But she gave away much, so much, while she was still alive. I mean, everywhere I look in my house, every thing I have has her name on it. This is the wedding ring. This is the wedding ring that she was married in.
Well, I was going to say, we'll have her face.
That's right. Okay,
Yes.
so here you go. This is her knife, and this is your cake.
Is there some special way to do this?
No?
Turn the
Special.
Sharp side down.
Top one first, yeah. And the bride cuts the cake, the bride cuts the cake, I hope to you. The bride cuts the cake, and the bride feeds the groom.
No.
You can try it.
No, the
Nicely.
groom does not eat cake.
It's no fruit, no chocolate.
And notice, by the way, that your tablecloth and the cake.
That's really
Oh,
beautiful.
that's it.
Don't need a museum.
Ruth's artistic eye.
Yes, now you can let the professionals come. But Phyllis and I have a little song. Let me just make sure they get started.
Oh, a song, okay.
Okay.
All right, we're ready for Katie.
No, confession.
We're gonna sing.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a song that was crafted probably one of our Thanksgivings by our very creative cousins. And when it arrived in the packet with all the photos, I thought, wow, it's still completely true. That's really odd after all these years. So this is to the tune of Tomorrow from Annie. Okay. The mom will come out tomorrow after she has played another round of bridge. The mom will come out tomorrow, running circles all around us. Yes, she is. There isn't a day that's safe from scheduling. We're thinking of lists and lists of lists to do. Oh yes, and Dad'll come out tomorrow after he has finished with his newest possession, of course a car. The Dad'll come out tomorrow, checking up on insurance, wills, and trusts, even from afar. There isn't a day that's safe from TV. We're thinking of science fiction or World War II all day.